They say betrayal hurts the most when it comes from the people you trust the deepest. And for Emma, that couldn't have been more true. Emma always believed betrayal only happened in movies, not in real life, not to people like her, and definitely not by the two people she trusted most. Emma had been married to Daniel for 7 years. 7 years of love, struggle, sacrifice, and dreams. They met in college, built a life together from almost nothing, survived financial struggles, moved into what they proudly called their dream home. And together, they raised their beautiful little daughter, Sophie. Life wasn't perfect, but it felt safe, stable,
Familiar.
like the kind of love people spend their whole lives searching for. And then there was Olivia. Olivia wasn't just Emma's best friend. She was family. They had known each other since high school. Sleepovers, heartbreaks, secrets, late-night conversations about dreams and forever. Olivia had been there for every chapter of Emma's life, every broken moment, every celebration, every memory. When Emma married Daniel, Olivia stood beside her as maid of honor, crying harder than anyone during the vows. "You two are soulmates," Olivia had whispered while hugging Emma tightly. And Emma believed her. God, she believed her. But betrayal doesn't always arrive like a storm. Sometimes it enters quietly. So quietly that by the time you notice it, your world is already falling apart. Looking back now, Emma realized the signs had always been there. She just never wanted to believe them. Olivia started visiting more often, sometimes too often. But Emma didn't think much of it. Why would she? This was Olivia, her best friend, the woman she trusted like a sister. "Daniel's lucky to have someone like you," Olivia would often say while helping Emma in the kitchen. And Daniel would smile politely, maybe a little too politely. At times, Emma noticed them laughing a little too hard at inside jokes she didn't understand. Sometimes she'd walk into a room and conversations would suddenly stop. Strange, but harmless, right? That uncomfortable feeling in Emma's chest. She ignored it, because trust has a dangerous way of making people blind. She told herself she was overthinking. Don't be dramatic, Emma. They're family. Then came the late nights. Daniel suddenly became busy with work. Business trips increased. Phone calls happened outside. Slowly, the man Emma once knew started disappearing. He became distant,
Cold.
emotionally unavailable. And every time Emma asked what was wrong, Daniel would sigh in frustration. "You're overreacting again." And somehow, those words hurt more than silence. Emma started questioning herself. Was she really overthinking? Was this just what marriage becomes over time? She wanted to believe it was normal, because the alternative felt too painful to imagine. But then things began to shift in ways she couldn't ignore anymore. Daniel was gone more often, mentally and physically. He stayed late at work. He came home tired, distant, distracted. Even when he was present, he wasn't really there. And Olivia? Olivia remained constant. Too constant. Always around. Always smiling. Always helping. Emma tried to hold on to normal life. For Sophie. For her marriage. For herself. But the warmth in her home slowly started fading. Conversations became shorter. Silence became heavier. And Emma began to feel like a stranger in her own life. Then one day, something shifted everything. It was a normal Saturday afternoon. Olivia had come over again. Daniel was supposedly working. As usual, Emma went upstairs to grab Sophie's jacket. Nothing unusual. Just another ordinary moment in her life. But that moment would change everything forever. Daniel's laptop was open on the desk. A notification popped up. Olivia read heart. Emma paused. Her heart didn't understand it yet, but something inside her suddenly felt cold. Still, she smiled. Nervous. Confused. Probably just a joke, she thought. Or something innocent. But then she saw the preview message. "I missed last night already." And in that exact second, Emma's world stopped breathing. Emma's hands started shaking.
No.
No, this couldn't be real. Her heart was beating so fast she could hear it in her ears. Slowly, she clicked the message. And that was the moment everything shattered. Hundreds of messages.
Pictures. Secrets. Plans.
I wish Emma would stop getting in the way. I can't wait until we don't have to hide. You deserve better than her. Emma couldn't breathe. 7 years of marriage. 15 years of friendship. Destroyed in seconds. And the worst part? It had been going on for 8 months. 8 months of lies. Smiles. Pretending. Her husband. Her best friend. Behind her back every single day. That evening, Emma sat at the dinner table.
Silent. Still.
Broken inside. Olivia came over like nothing had happened. Laughing.
Smiling.
Playing with Sophie. Pretending. Always pretending. Emma watched her best friend, and something inside her changed forever. She realized something terrifying. Some people can lie, without guilt. Dinner felt unbearable. Every smile felt fake. Every word felt heavy. Then Olivia said it. Emma, you're so lucky to have Daniel. Emma almost laughed.
Lucky.
No, this wasn't luck. This was destruction. But instead of crying, Emma went quiet. Very quiet. Because pain had started turning into something else.
Strength.
Emma made a decision that night. She wouldn't confront them immediately. She needed truth. Complete truth. So she started collecting everything. Screenshots. Bank records. Photos. Evidence, piece by piece. And eventually, she hired a private investigator. What she discovered broke her even more. Hotel bookings. Secret meetings. Hidden messages. Olivia, mocking her. Calling her boring. Saying she was too emotional. The woman she protected her whole life was destroying her in silence. But Emma didn't break. Not anymore. She started planning. Quietly. Carefully. Patiently. 3 months later. Emma hosted a family dinner. Daniel came. Olivia came. Families came. Everyone smiling. Everyone unaware. Halfway through dinner, Emma stood up. I want to thank everyone for being here. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Daniel smiled nervously. Olivia looked confused. Then Emma connected her laptop to the TV. The room went silent. Messages appeared. Photos. Hotel bookings. Every truth. Every betrayal. Daniel turned pale. Olivia froze. Chaos erupted. But Emma didn't shout. She didn't cry. She just said, "You didn't steal my husband. You stole a liar. And you can have him." The divorce came a week later. And yes, it hurt. Deeply. There were nights Emma cried until sunrise. Moments she questioned everything. But slowly, she healed. Step by step. Therapy. Peace. Self-respect. And Sophie, her reason to keep going. Meanwhile, Daniel and Olivia's relationship collapsed. Built on betrayal, it couldn't survive. Trust was gone. Love turned into arguments. And eventually, they broke apart. Daniel tried to come back. But Emma was no longer the same woman. "I miss us," he said one day. Emma simply smiled. "No," she said softly. "You miss being loved." Then she closed the door. Not in anger. Not in revenge. But in peace. Because the greatest revenge is healing. And becoming stronger than the pain that tried to destroy you.